Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl,
Right
yeah.
now, baby. Come on, come on.
No one
Come on
Circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
We are live, and we are back with another edition of the of the Overdue Bills podcast. Whoo, I've been listen, I've been potting, man. I've been potting. Everybody know the vibes.
Sir.
I've been potting. But shout out to Overdue Bills. Shout out to We Think It's a Sports Show. Y'all know the vibes.
Shout out to him, man.
As I look out, you know what I'm saying? As I introduce the crew, you know, my trusty guy Matt not here, and it kind of threw me off. Shout out to Matt moving them packs. Shout out to Hefe. Y'all know the vibes. But I got, you know, our guy, Trusty, he's been with me, you know, pretty much every show since the start back. Mills, a.k.a. Millie, a.k.a. he got different flavors, a.k.a. he stole the money and he bought everything. Mills, what's up with you, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh, man, that was short.
Hey, you ain't asked how I was feeling, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to, short and sweet, get to the point. Let's get to this Bills football, man.
Okay, Mills. After that, no, I don't want to ask you how you feeling. And then you see him, you know, he hasn't been here, but he is here now. My guy, Rat, a.k.a. All Purpose Rat, a.k.a. Always Got Something to Say. Rat, what's up?
What's good, man? I was kind of mad I had to miss the last few weeks, but I'm back. I'm here, ready for the season. The Bills about to come back looking good. As y'all see, I think the Bills going to be good again this year. So another season. Let's go. Let's get ready. Let's talk.
For sure, we're excited. Shout out to our guy, Matt. I see him in the comments. Apparently, he's doing two things at once. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And if you watching right now, please like, share, subscribe, rate and review. Click the subscribe button on YouTube. All those good things. You know what I'm saying? We need those things for us to take this podcast to the next level because we're doing that. And how are we doing that? Rat, let the people know how we taking this podcast to the next level, man. Let the people know.
Man, thanks for bringing it to me, because we're brought to you by Buffalo Wing Kings. Being from Buffalo, there's two things the guys here on the pod know, and that's football and wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings is Wings 101 with over 101 flavors, wings, and beloved Wing of the Month special. Wing Kings is sure to school any other wings places around. Open a new location in the University District on Main Street, available for Bills games, parties, or just everyday lunch or dinner wing cravings. Stop by their Elmwood Village location, 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know, they have the best wings in town, hands down. That was a lot.
That was a lot. Shout out. That's our guy, Matt. Generally do the pre-roll. Shout out to Matt. You know what I mean? You see, it's not that easy. And also, when you go to Buffalo Wing Kings, please drop Overdue Bills pod name. Drop the Overdue Bills pod name. You get 10% off all the wings. Wings is going crazy with the prices, but, you know, shout out to Wing Kings. They got everything that you need. All right, let's do a little bit of house cleaning. Listen, we got the merch. Listen, we need y'all to get the merch. The reason why we need y'all, because y'all need to be in this Bills gear, man. Y'all see, we got the flavors. Blue, red. Mills got the hoodie. It's 100-degree weather, but shout out to Mills. Listen, we got it all. You know what I'm saying? You see it. You see all the gear. Hit us up, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those platforms. You can just, you know what I mean, DM us there. We'll get it to you. You see the two postmen here. You know what I mean? All we got to do is ship it out. We got the plug. Don't worry about the fee. None of that. We got y'all. Listen.
Get your gear for the Packers game, man. It's coming up. First home preseason game. Get your gear, man. We got you.
Absolutely. You know the vibes. And listen, let me say this. Shout out to the website, man. OverdueBillsPod.com. OverdueBillsPod.com. Shout out to our trusty editor-in-chief, Mike Daniels. You know the vibes. He released 2 stories, 2 articles this year for this season. and he's taking a little break. He's going on vacation because he's trying to get ready for the season. So he said he needed a little bit of vacation. So he's taking a couple weeks off, but he's coming right back week 1 with an article. Be on the lookout for that. And if there are any writers out there, please DM us. Let us know. We here for the articles. We could get you in the paper. Listen. We making moves out here. So if you write, hit us up. Let us know. We'll promote that. All right. And the last thing, we got some interviews out there. Pinto Ron. Make sure you go check out that interview on Facebook, YouTube. Chef Darian. I can't think of my man's last name. But anyway, shout out to him. We got the interview on him. Matter of fact, let me do this. Chef Darian Bryant, you see him right there. You know what I mean? He taking care of all the Bills' needs as far as the food. You know,
great interview too. Great interview, man. Talks about mad stuff, man. Go watch that for sure.
Absolutely. Shout out to him. And I think that's all we got right now. So let's do this. Quick question of the day. I know, Miss Coaster, Mike taking off a couple weeks. Listen, I don't know who's in charge of PTO here, but we just gonna let that slide. Quick question of the day. Let me ask y'all this, because this ties into the preseason game we just had against the Bears. Do y'all believe in revenge games?
I do.
Okay. Tell me why, Mills.
I just look at it at the standpoint if something happened that, separated you from, that team, and it wasn't your say, and you did the best you could, take care of that team and do what you could to win games, stuff like that. And it just drop you and kick you to the curb. I want to go back and give them, show them what they didn't see in me, if I could put it like that.
Okay. Rad, do you believe?
I mean, yeah, I think it's something to it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of players, usually you got enough to motivate you, obviously, but it's also, some things can get you over the top, can get you even more focused. Some things can get you, you know what I mean? Even more, some things can put you over the top. As I say, I think, I'm assuming you talk about Mr. Trubisky. I could see how that can wake you up in the morning, get you on your P's and Q's. I understand how that can go and make you be more effective, or I can see how it can go the other way too. So I think, however you use it to fuel you, but I could see how it's something there for sure.
Listen, I had to bring it up, and shout out to Mississippi Mitch. Like watching that game, it felt kind of weird because it was like, yo, if Josh Allen go down, we good. But I don't want to think that way. It was a preseason game. Like, I had to be like, I had to say to myself, Sam, relax. It's not that serious. But Mitchell Trubisky, like, he played, like, I think he probably played the best game he ever played in his entire life. I'm gonna just keep it a stack with y'all. I'm just being honest. But listen. We let's get into the recap. Let's dive right into the recap. Shout out to the people in the chat room. If you in there, please let us know where you coming from. But we got to talk about this preseason game against the Bears. Got to talk about it. 41-15. Bills had a shellacking. To say the least. We had a shellacking. We killed them. We dominated the game. Shout out to the backups. But before we really do that, we have to mention, because before we talk about the players that we like, players that stuck out to us, understand tomorrow, we're cutting down the roster to 80. So that's very significant. We're cutting down the roster to 80. And please be on the lookout next week. Our guy, Matt Coaster, will be coming with a 53-man prediction. Matt is going to predict the roster. I heard he got inside info. I'm not sure if he do or not, but I actually heard he has inside info. So he actually may be telling you the exact roster. I'm not sure. But listen, please be on the lookout next week. Our guy, Matt Coaster, will be letting you know. He might be a little Shams. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Shams.
His name is actually Shams. He's from the Dominican Republic. But anyways, shout out to him. Shout out to Buster Only. You know what I mean? Shout out to Woj. You know what I'm saying? That's our guy, Matt Coaster. He got the inside scoop. He's giving you the 53-man roster. Shout out to him. But listen, let's get to this. Let's get to this recap. So I'm gonna go to Mills real quickly, and we're gonna get to those receivers real quick, Miss Coaster. Mills, name the players. I'm going to just go straight to you that stuck out to you. Give me 2 players who stuck out to you in this preseason game.
Trubisky, you already said it, man. He stuck out 100%, man. We was looking forward to seeing him last week. He played a couple possessions. This week he played, a good percentage of the game. He threw 28 passes, 20 attempts. 28. He was 20 for 28, like 200 yards. They scored. The Bills scored as a unit on the first 4 possessions. Under his leadership, he just looked good out there, man. All the way around, the offense was booming. But he was the center of my attention on the offensive side of the ball, and on the defensive side of the ball, it was our DN, man, our rookie, man, Greg Rousseau, man. He balled, man. It's just amazing, how a player that didn't really had a big of an impact in college because he didn't play that much because of injuries and stuff like that, can come into the NFL and still show that he has the ability that the people saw, when he was on the field. Just his length, his wingspan, him being able to get pressure on the quarterback and disengage, disengage the block that the offensive lineman is putting on him and get to the quarterback is just amazing. I'm looking forward to see what he got, going in the future.
Rad, man. No. Oh, no. Okay. Rad, you can go.
No, I'm just going. It's so many names you can say right here, man. It's just it seemed like all our young talent, all the people that, all of like fan favorites, all the people that we wanted to see succeed, kind of did their thing. You know what I mean? Starting with a Kumaro or a Stevenson. So many people.
Rad,
Hollister.
I want 2. I just want 2 players who stuck out. I
just named 3, and I'm gonna keep. So I got 3. So Hollister, Stevenson, and Kumaro are my 3. Okay. There you go.
But Preach do the same thing, so it's funny.
I don't, but I'm the host of the show, so I have the liberty to do that. I don't know why Rad is. I say Rad, give me 2 players who stuck out. Rad, give me 100 names, but that's cool.
I said 3 names, bro.
So okay, that's fine. I shout out to Hollister as well. I thought that Hollister did a really good job. We're gonna talk about him in a second, but for me, I have to go Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown did a good job on the O-line. He held up good against Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack didn't do anything. I'm being honest. Like, because the truth is,
he did great.
Last week I killed the offensive line, and I am.
No, you did.
I'm gonna kill Bobby Hart. Bobby Hart is one of the worst players of all time. I hope he gets cut. He never needs to be on our team ever again. But Spencer Brown actually showed up. I actually thought he did a really good job. So shout out to him. And I wrote down another name. Who I want to go with? I gotta shout out the running backs, man. I'm not gonna lie. I like Devin Singletary and Zach Moss look good. Like, I can't front. Like, they actually looked okay. I don't know if it's just because they got fresh legs right now, but Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, I like the change of pace that they had going on. They look spry. They made good cuts. They made good decisions. So, shout out to the running backs. I know Mike, our trusty editor-in-chief, he kills our running backs all the time. But I thought that they looked good, and we need them, coming up on this year. And
you throw that footback in there too. Was it
Gilliam? Yeah, shout out to Gilliam. He played well too. Shout out to Dable. Dable has some amazing play calling.
The whole team.
Yeah, the whole team had not the whole team.
The team just played great.
Actually, not the whole team. Let's talk about that.
Majority.
Because we had some players who stuck out. But let's talk about the flip side, some players who did not stuck out. And I named one, Bobby Hart, but I also have to name another one to piggyback off Rad. It's Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox is god-awful. He's not consistent. He drops passes. And I'm honestly thinking that either we need to cut Dawson Knox or we just need to go strictly with Hollister. Rad, how do you feel about that?
I think they're going to go committee there. The tight end, I don't know. Yes, he's inconsistent. I think Hollister going to have every opportunity to take over the job as he should. But our tight end not the biggest part of our offense, but we want them to be better. And if we want the more consistent player out there, we want elite tight end like every team do, but our offense moved great without it. So, but I think whoever the best tight end gonna win, I think Hollister right now got the upper edge. Absolutely.
Mills, can you talk about somebody who didn't do good? If you don't, I got a name.
Nah, not really. I looked at the game probably different than you did.
Of course.
So, you probably gonna give a third string safety or something. So
I'm glad you said that. Mills. I'm glad you said that. Saron Neal. It's like, bro, everything was going good, and then you let Andy Dalton just beat you. And it's just like, what is going on?
It was a good pass.
It was a good defense. Defense.
I'm not saying it was a good pass, but
could have been better defense. It was good defense.
That's all I'm saying. Try not to get beat. Keep everything in front of you. Whatever happened to that, it is what it is. But also, I gotta say this too, and I know this is a deep cut, but Davis Webb and Jake Fromm looked awful. I'm just gonna be honest. They did good the last preseason game, but they didn't build upon that. Listen, with this COVID protocol going on, I don't even know what's going on. So, I mean, God forbid Josh Allen gets in the COVID protocol. He's out 5 days, and we need somebody to step in. Mitch may, I don't know. So, it's all hands on deck this year.
I think we got a top 3, top 2 or top 3 backup in the league.
You talking about Mitch Trubisky? Absolutely. Yeah. He played well. Mitch Trubisky played well, so shout out to him. And to Miss Coaster and everybody, I know we want to talk about cuts. As a matter of fact, let's just get into it. Even though Matt is going to predict the 53-man roster, let me ask Rad this and let me ask Mills this. All right. So, Rad, I'm coming to you with receivers since you mentioned them, and Mills, I'm coming to you with defensive line. Let's talk about it. Because when we look at our receivers, Rad, we understand that Stephon Diggs, great player, he's going to be there. Cole Beasley should be there. He's considered a top 100 player. We're going to talk about that in a second. Emmanuel Sanders, we picked him up in the offseason. He's a veteran. He doesn't have to prove anything. He just has to be healthy. That's fine. Gabe Davis is already solidified. So that's 4 right there. Isaiah McKenzie should be, on the team, right? He should be our punt returner, even though he dropped that punt. He should have that role solidified. And he has a role in the offense, right? We give him handoffs, dink and dunk, stuff like that to get him in space. That's 5. Generally, we keep 5. So we looking at 6 or 7 possibly. You name Kumaro. Shout out to Marquez Speedy Stevenson. He ran that 79-yard punt return back. He looked amazing. Even though he hurt his foot, he looked amazing. They said it wasn't a big deal. Am I missing any other wide receivers? Duke Williams. But Duke Williams, I believe, got cut today for injury concerns or something like that. I think I seen that on the timeline. And am I missing another receiver? Isaiah Hodgins. So,
I don't think you mentioned Emmanuel Sanders, obviously, but
I think I mentioned him. I said he was a veteran. Okay. I said he was a veteran. I named him. So we have 5. Okay. So let me ask you this, Rad. Is Kumaro or Marquez Stevenson making the team? And if so, do we cut one of our veteran receivers?
I don't think so. I think Stevenson got a chance. The speed. I think speed is there, but we got McKenzie. I understand. I would like Stevenson speed. With our offense, the ball. Speed his offense is always going to be great. I don't think Kumaro, I don't see his role as far as special teams maybe, but I don't see his role as far as cracking that top 5 receiver. We don't really need him. So because we got Gabe Davis, he pretty much is Gabe Davis over him. So yeah, I don't see either one of them making it, but I would like Stevenson for the speed. But besides that, I think all the top 5 people ahead of them are good enough, and I'm good to roll with those guys.
So you don't want Kumaro?
No, why would I? If we gonna keep him, but I don't want him over another receiver. No, I do not.
Okay, all right. So Mills, that was right. And if you got something to say, please put it in the comments. Let's talk about the defensive line. We understand Jerry Hughes, veteran presence. We know he's going to be on the team. Ed Oliver, obviously, he's going to be on the team. Starks coming back, he's going to be on the team. Rousseau is a first-round pick. Boogie Basham, he's going to be on the team. I did not mention Mario Addison's name yet because I'm hearing some rumblings about Mario Addison, but I'm going to leave that to you. But also, when we look at Harrison Phillips, Justin Zimmer, Vernon Butler, Mills, how do you feel about the defensive line? Do you think since we have a defensive-minded coach, are we going to keep the depth at defensive line, or do you think these players are going to get cut? How do you feel?
I honestly think he's going to keep the depth there because they just look amazing out there the first 2 preseason games. And you can tell that you can throw anybody out there pretty much at any given moment and get some productivity out of the players that you throw out there. So, if he does have to make some cuts, it's going to be very, very, very complicated to do so. And it's kind of hard to make a decision on who specifically, maybe gone because they just play so well. You mix them up, you still getting that pressure. You got your starters out there, you're getting pressures. Even if you just got, 4 backups, second string players, they still getting pressure out there too. Like you said, there's preseason games, so it's kind of hard to tell because you're not really playing against, first string offensive line players. But as a whole in totality, they're definitely playing, good ball out there. So I know it's kind of hard. I wouldn't want to be the coach.
I think it's kind of not hard. I understand why you say it's hard because they've been playing good in the games they will play will couple of days ago against the Bears. But follow the money. It's the draft equity, the first round picks, second round picks, the young guys, the people that got paid, all these other guys. I mean, they playing good, but we know who's gonna be on the team realistically. The guys that got some pedigree, got the contracts, and first round, second round, third round picks.
But I think that's wrong, and I'm gonna be honest. And Matt, we were talking in a group chat when we talked about the game. Y'all know I go crazy when we watch preseason games. I just start yelling out players who should get cut, and I can admit that. But at the same time, I think that we have a great GM at Brandon Beane, and Brandon Beane need to seriously look at these things, right? There, like, if we don't have to keep the veterans, like, I mean, for what? Like, in my opinion, like, we have to seriously look at Emmanuel Sanders. Why are we keeping him? Emmanuel Sanders has not been healthy for the past 2-3 years with the Saints. He just hasn't. I'm not saying he's not a talented receiver, but he hasn't been healthy. What is this of having an unhealthy player on our team? For what? When we can have
for Kumaro?
Yes, Kumaro and Stevenson. Why not? I'm just saying.
Why would you do that?
Why? What is Emmanuel Sanders going to do? I'm asking.
You haven't even seen him play.
That's my point. That is exactly my point.
Play.
You
haven't seen none of them once play.
I'm
Sam.
glad
what
you keep saying that. That is exactly my point. And we probably won't because he's always hurt.
Over Kumaro?
Yes. At least I know he can catch the ball. Look,
so can Emmanuel Sanders.
No,
Sam, are you
Emmanuel
nuts?
Sanders could catch the ball. I don't know what he can do now. I haven't seen him. You're right, right?
You watched him at that practice. You said he was nice out there.
I may have misinterpreted that. But anyways, listen. My point is this. I think that Brandon Beane needs to seriously look at our roster and say, listen, we may need to cut bait with some of these. Mario Addison may not need to be on the team. For what? We need to get some of this young blood in here. That's fine.
And we got young picks like Russo, Basham, Epineza.
I'm saying even after that, even after that, we need to we need to take a stern look at these veterans and say, listen, why do I need you on my team? For what reason? Because we have other veterans to coach our rookies up. But that's neither here nor there. That's just my 2 cents. Next week, we're going to get into it, the nitty-gritty. All right, so let's do this. We're going to talk about the NFL Top 100. We're going to talk about the NFL Top 100, but we're going to tie it into our expectation versus reality segment. And before we do that, I need Mills to let the people know about Buffalo Pet Supply.
This segment is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet, looking into getting a pet, or know someone who has a pet? Then there's only one place to send them for everything to make the pet live his best life, and that's Buffalo Pet Supply. Specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles, the knowledgeable staff at Buffalo Pet Supply can get you set up or maintain whatever setup you have. Stop down and see the family-owned and operated staff located at 1345 Military Road in Kenmore, New York, or give them a call at 716-874-1951. And if you use the Overdue Bill's name, you will get a discount at that location as well.
Shout out Buffalo Pet Supply, where your expectation is their reality. All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Is that real?
No, that's their segment. So shout out to me. Shout out to Matt. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got the sponsors on lock. If you want to be a sponsor on the show, we here. We come up with the pre-rolls. We with y'all. Listen, 100%. But let me ask you this, Rad. Let me go to Rad first, because Mills is he's always optimistic. He's taking actually optimistic Rad now. But NFL Top 100, right? Let me ask you this, because Tre'Davious White, he was in the 90s. Cole Beasley was in the 90s.
Are next to each other, yep.
Stephon Diggs came in at 11. Shout out to Stephon Diggs. A great addition by Brandon Beane. But Josh Allen has not been named yet, and he's in the top 10. We don't know where he's at, right? We don't know where he's at. So let me ask you this, Rad. Your expectation of Josh Allen obviously has exceeded the reality. Would you agree with that?
My expectations has exceeded the reality?
Your expectations of Josh Allen, right?
The reality exceeded my expectations.
Exactly. So,
that's what
so Rad, let me ask you this: where do you see Josh Allen in the top 10? Where should he be? What's?
I mean, where should he be? I'm gonna guess where he gonna be. I think he's gonna be at 10. Wow. I think he's gonna be at 10. I think he's gonna be right next to Diggs. I think that's how it's gonna round out, because I don't see how Rodgers, or Brady. He over Rodgers or Brady. And if you can go through the team, I don't see how he gonna be over Donald or Adams. I see him right there at 10. I think that's the best place for him, and I respect that. Was he even on the list last year? From not the list to be top 10 guy, the number 4 quarterback, because Mahomes going to be probably one, whatever, or two, whoever. You got 3 quarterbacks probably going to be in the top 10. He's going to be the 4th one, be considered the 4th best quarterback in the league. I mean, I'll take that every day. You know what I mean? So shout out to Josh for making that top 100. And that's dope. I definitely think he's going to be at that 10 spot though.
Mills, where do you see Josh Allen?
I don't see him at 10, but I definitely see him in the bottom 5. Like Rad says, it's some amazing players, that they got to choose from. It's tough though, because you expect quarterbacks, to be, 1, 2, and 3. But then when you got dynamic and dominant defensive players like Aaron Donald, you got to put him up there in the top 5. You got to put Devontae Adams up there in the top 5. Me personally, I think he may go in front of D-Hop, and I think he may get in front of Derrick Henry. So I got him somewhere around 8 or 7.
Interesting. I'm just gonna have a wait and see. I don't think it really matters. I don't.
What do you don't have an opinion on it? What do you think?
He was 87 last year.
Oh, he was 87.
Okay.
That's a big jump.
No, it's a huge jump, and that's really all I care about. As long as Josh Allen gets better, I haven't seen him this year. And the one practice I did go and see, Josh Allen didn't do anything for me. So I'm just anticipating. And speaking of that, I want to see Josh Allen against his preseason game we have coming up Saturday. Buffalo Bills at 1:00. We're playing the Green Bay Packers.
Get your merch.
Definitely. Listen, we need y'all to go to the Bills game with the Overdue Bills merch. This is our first preseason home game and our last one. And we need everybody to have Overdue Bills merch. Everybody. Want everybody to have Overdue Bills merch. But let me do this real quickly. Mills, give me some predictions on this game against Green Bay. I guess the starters should be playing. We should see Josh Allen for at least a series or two. I'm not sure if Stephon Diggs playing. He's having some knee issues, but, that remains to be seen. But let me go to you, Mills, first. Mills, let me get a score, right? And then give me a prediction of who on offense will score.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game as it was this previous week. But I think Bills win, obviously, at home. I got the score being 24-17, Buffalo. And I know for certain that Gilliam going to score in the red zone. So I'm going Gilliam.
Okay. I like that. Rad.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't really care I hope the starters really don't play. I'm not. With this new preseason, it's only 3 games. Last year showed us that we don't even really need preseason. We came out running. I don't want nobody playing. You know what I mean? I don't want to play like that. I don't know the score going to be. I hope if Joel Trubisky back out there, maybe him and Breida and Kumaro go do your thing. I mean, so that's all I care. So maybe 30-15 Bills.
I'm going to be honest, and I said this, and I just need to voice my opinion. I have an issue with that. Pat Mahomes threw 18 passes. Josh Allen hasn't thrown anything. I don't know why I have an issue with that. I just do, right? Pat Mahomes is getting paid $500 million. Clearly, he's not scared of anything. But, yeah, so our quarterback, we just pay him, and clearly he doesn't want to play. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know why, but, that's for him to figure out. But let me ask you this, Rad. Let me ask you this real quickly. Just give me one thing you're looking forward to. Is there a player that's on the fence that's about to get cut that you maybe want to see something else? Or, you know what I mean? Is there anything you're looking forward to?
I'm not going to hold you, bro. I like Stevenson because the speed, I like, because what the Chiefs have. And I want speed, but, they got Hardman. Everybody over there run 4-4 flat, it seemed like. So, if we want to compete with that, I like the speed. I like team speed, obviously. We got Breida, but I don't know if he's going to make it. We'll see. So, I like team speed. So, anybody that give me that capability, that the turnover to, to just race down, to keep the underneath open for Josh, for Beasley, for Emmanuel Sanders and stuff like that. I'm all game for those guys. But besides that, man, I'm just ready to go, bro. I think we got enough. I think we gonna be fighting for the Super Bowl. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see Josh, Diggs, and these boys do their thing. And let's get this what we gonna go 13-4 or something like that record on, and let's get to these playoffs. That's how I feel.
Mills.
I'm pretty much piggybacking on Rad, man. I'm just excited for the season, man. We came one game short last year. From looking at the preseason games, I think we have the pieces and the players that's hungry enough to get the job done and get us where we need to go, which is the promised land. But I'm looking forward to seeing Justin Zimmer, man. He was balling the last couple of weeks. I think if he can continue to do what he do out there, having that fight, that willpower, fighting through injuries, little tweaks and stuff, and getting pressure on the quarterback in the interior part of the D-line, I think his minutes would tremendously increase because he fight like a dog out there. So I'm looking forward to see Justin Zimmer.
If he makes the team. But I'm looking forward to see Josh Allen. I want to see Josh Allen.
Bro, you're not going to see Josh.
If I don't see Josh, then that's a problem for me, man. It is. For me personally, shout out to Thomas Woodley. He agrees. I just don't understand how we can pay this man over $100 million and he doesn't want to play. Like,
how you know he doesn't want to play? Well, you don't think it's the team keeping him out?
Well, that's the issue too. If the team keeping him out, that's the issue.
He suited up every week.
Pat Mahomes is $500 million richer, and he's out there. He threw 18
but name
passes.
all the other guys you've seen besides Pat Mahomes.
I don't care about nobody else. I am
people.
trying to beat Pat Mahomes. I'm not trying to beat Aaron Rodgers. I'm not trying to beat nobody else. I'm trying to beat Pat Mahomes.
You got to beat
that's
who in the preseason,
listen, that's who we want to beat. We want to beat Pat Mahomes
in the preseason.
Come week 5, if Pat Mahomes is throwing spirals and Josh Allen is not throwing spirals, it's a problem. And I'm gonna date this back to preseason where Pat Mahomes was throwing 18 passes in a preseason game.
He was throwing interceptions.
That's my little spill. Shout out to them. I can't wait for the season to come. Please be on the lookout. 53-man roster prediction by our guy, Matt Coaster. Merch. Hit us up, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We will get the merch to you. We will get it to you before Saturday. Just hit us up. We got the merch ready. T-shirts, whatever you want, whatever you need, we got. Also, check out the website, overduebillspod.com, overduebillspod.com. Please check out the merch. Shout out to our editor-in-chief, Mike Daniels. And we need you to like, share, subscribe, rate, and review this on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We everywhere. We're on all platforms. Just hit us up.
Shout out to the sponsor. Shout out Wing Kings.
Shout out Wing Kings. Shout out Buffalo Pet Supply. Listen, we're here. We got everything you need. And as it is customary, we end every show with a little bit of hey.